Alright, welcome back to another level that I've now gotten a new high score on. We're on to level 12 Trespasser, because we must be trespassing into the Grublings territory. Now, this level, I actually really enjoy doing this level. It gets very chaotic. So, you mainly will be fighting the same pretty much two creatures majority of the level. The Grublings here and the Brute Insectoids are going to be pretty much the entire level. And these Grublings are why this level you can get to such a high score. As we see there, boost balls are very, very common on this level, which is why this level also has a very high score potential. So I apologize for the recording quality. This level does run a little bit difficult sometimes. I do still play on the Quest 2. I do not have the Quest 3 yet, so that could have some could be a reason why. But this level, I'm running the same perks that I ran to begin with. So we have Bonanza and Demolition here. I pretty much feel like those are necessary for this level, considering that you get the proximity mine very early on, and you will use that to pretty much kill a majority of the enemies. So a lot of opportunity to get the bonus XP from explosive kills, and again, because of all the boost balls that we see here, Grublings seem to have a very high, or a pretty high, drop rate for boost balls, which probably is to play into the fact that they interact with boost balls very uniquely compared to other creatures, where one will actually run up and eat the boost ball, growing in size and being a little bit more dangerous. Which is why a lot of the times I will kind of like to leave some boost balls on the ground to maybe help kill a certain enemy or distract buzzards. But on levels with Grublings, it's kind of risky because they will just eat your boost ball and you won't get to use it. It also sucks when trying to go for a score, because them eating the boost ball means you also do not get the points for it. So try to keep on top of the boost balls with them. And then we get to the Thumper. Thumpers are also they're kind of useful in this level because their ground pound shockwave will deal damage to the rest of the enemies, which is unique for a lot of the enemies in this game. Usually they can't deal damage to each other, but the Thumper is one of the few enemies that can do this, and it's particularly good against Grublings because they're not very tanky. Here we get the green power up, which is really good. Keep them from eating it. That's where you really do not want the Grublings to eat your purple and green power-ups, because that would be a huge waste of them. And then we see our last new creature for this level, the crabs, which aren't too much of a problem with this level. The proximity mine does pretty good work if you manage to get it behind them to hit their weak spot. So we just keep on going. We get rapid fire, which I will pretty much use the rest of the level instead of the other fires. It's just more consistent, and it's still accurate enough to where I can still easily split the boost balls in the air. Getting some more boost ball drops here, splitting them. The crabs are... Try to do the best with dealing with the crabs as fast as possible, but sometimes they do not want to go down in this. Insectoid brutes, use that to use the mine's pretty easily used on them. So it really is, this is pretty much a majority level just dealing with crabs, and the Insectoid brutes and Grublings, and then the occasional Thumper shows up. Though, you can get very distracted with just trying to kill the Thumper, which I had to try to make sure to avoid, because you want to still keep on trying to kill the other enemies while wearing down the Thumper. Otherwise, you're wasting a lot of time not getting any points if you waste way too much time trying to kill the Thumper. So as my proximity mine is ready, I try and shoot that to get more damage on the Thumper. But you also can use the Thumper to help you kill enemies with its ground pound. A lot of teleports, but it's pretty easy to keep your number of teleports up on this level, because every enemy killed does replenish one teleport, and since you are constantly swarmed by Grublings, and they're pretty easy to kill. It's pretty easy to keep your teleports up, which you kind of need on this level, especially on Nightmare, because you really want to be able to dodge those thumper slams. You can, if you're at full health, you can tank one, but it leaves you on very low health, and if you had any damage on you prior, you are pretty much dead. I did die a fair few to the thumper while going for this high score on many of my attempts. It actually took me a fair few amount of attempts to get this new high score on this level, so... But I do enjoy playing this level just because of how chaotic it can be, with all the boost balls flying around and grubblings everywhere. There's the crab almost killing me. Those crabs can be quite annoying. Here we actually grab the green boost, use that to spam the good old proximity mine. Good use for the green power-up on this level, but of course, as a lot of the times, you get these power-ups and then all the enemies stop spawning, which was my luck on this level, on this run. Got one grubbling spawns trying using this, and then here I just try to throw out as many as I can before it goes away, because this was a pretty big waste of the green power-up, I would say. Didn't get very lucky with the enemy spawns on this, but, you know, we just keep going. It's best to try and pick it up when the thumpers spawn, so you can take out the thumper as fast as possible, but with the grubblings on this level, it's pretty risky keeping any boost balls on the ground. This crab in particular tanking everything. Get it right there. We have another thumper spawn. Keep on shooting it, dodging its thump attack. Trying to teleport into the best spot. It's really good to pay attention to what enemies are currently alive and where they are here. This is where we get all of the grubblings getting their power up, but they also can throw up more boost balls for you, which can be, you know, kind of nice, because when they throw one up, it actually still can be split in half even though it is not in the air, which is an interesting interaction. But we're here, we're getting a bunch of boost balls. This is really good. This is what you need on this level. Get as many boost balls and split as many of them as you can. So here, I hear the ship coming. I'm trying to get as many of these last kills as I can. I gotta make sure I kill this thumper, because this will make or break whether I get the high score here. Use the boost shot to make sure I can kill it in time, and there we go. There's it dead. I try to shoot the boost ball in the distance, but don't manage to get it. But there we are. New high score on Trespasser. It was barely less than 2,000 more. But that was level 12 Trespasser, a very chaotic level. You can see the perks I used here, the standard that I usually use on most levels. But I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.